Hey there tech fans, Rick here again from the OREI team. In today's video, I'd like to show you 3 different models of the SplitExtend product, explain the differences between them, and more importantly, show you how you can use a product like this to instantly connect external monitors to any computer through a single USB port, and then easily extend or mirror your desktop across all those external monitors to greatly increase your screen real estate. But before I get into the differences between the 3 products I have in front of me, I'd like to start with a basic understanding of what the SplitExtend technology provides, because it's a very unique technology from OREI that really combines 2 different devices into a single product. These products provide both HDMI splitter functionality and HDMI adapter functionality, again through a single connection to your computer. So the minute you connect these up through a USB-C or USB-A port, you can immediately either mirror your desktop across the external monitors they support, which allows you to show the same content on multiple monitors at a trade show or if you're distributing content, or you can extend your desktop across the external monitors, again, increasing your screen real estate, which allows you to open multiple programs at the same time and even open some of those programs in full screen mode. Now, the reason that's important is because modern laptops have gotten smaller, lighter, easier to bring along. But to do that, manufacturers had to limit the number of connections and, more importantly, the type of connections available on those laptops. And a lot of modern laptops don't provide an external monitor connection. So if you're using it out in the field, it's fine. But if you bring it home and you want to be able to view that on a larger monitor, it can be pretty difficult. So the SplitExtend product, again, through a single USB port, allows you to connect external monitors up to the laptop, so you've got a bigger screen and you've got more screen real estate to work with. Now, the 3 models I have in front of me support different numbers of monitors. So this one supports 2 external monitors, this one supports 3, and this one supports 4 external monitors. So in this case, if you extend your desktop across those external monitors, you have a lot of screen real estate that you can use for editing or for Word documents or surfing the web or opening spreadsheets. So the choice is yours, and there are other functions built in as well that I'll get into in a minute. But essentially, this is a great product that enhances the port connectivity of your laptop by allowing you, again, to instantly connect external monitors, either 4K or 1080p, depending on the model, that you can use as either a mirror of your desktop or an extension of your desktop to really help you get your work done. Now, as part of this overview, I'd like to start with this basic understanding, and then I'll take a closer look at the units. I'll come back and do a demonstration to show you how easy these will be to use with your laptop, and then I'll come back at the end and point out a few things about the SplitExtend technology in general that you can use to compare these products to others you may be considering. So stay tuned next. I'll take a closer look at the units, I'll do the demos, and then I'll come back and explain again some of the things that really make this product pretty special compared to others on the market today. The OREI SplitExtend SX-2C 4K-85 is a dual monitor HDMI adapter. On the one end of the cabinet, you'll find 2 full-sized HDMI ports that can be used for connecting 2 ultra-high definition monitors to your computer. On the other end is a flexible cable that terminates in a USB-C connection that you can plug into any available port on your computer to enable the device. If you have an older computer, you can use the adapter to convert this USB-C to a USB-A connection and again plug that into any available port. Also on that end, you'll find a single USB-C port right there that's labeled PD 3.0, and that can be used with an external PD power supply of up to 90 watts to not only power the unit, but to charge your laptop through this connection. The OREI SplitExtend SX-3C 4K85 is a triple monitor HDMI adapter that also functions as a USB hub. On the one end, you'll find a flexible heavy-duty cable that ends in a USB-C connection that you can plug into any available port on your computer to enable the device. On the one side, you'll find a single 1 gig Ethernet connection that you can connect to your local network to enable network connection to your computer. There are 2 full-sized USB-A ports that are USB 2.0 compatible, as well as a USB 3.0 port that can all be used to connect external peripherals like a microphone, a camera, a thumb drive, or even an external hard drive to your computer. To the right of that, you'll find 3 monitor connections. 2 of them are HDMI and 1 is a DisplayPort, and these are used for connecting your external monitors. To the right of that, you'll find a USB-C connection labeled Power In. This can be used with an external 100-watt PD power supply to supply all the power needed for the connections, as well as the charging current needed to keep your computer fully charged. On the other side of the device, you'll find another USB 3.0 port, Again, this is a high-speed USB-A port that can be used with external peripherals. You'll also find two memory card slots, a MicroSD and a full-size SD slot that can be used with external memory cards. And the minute you plug those cards into the hub, they're immediately seen by your computer and you can move files back and forth. To the right of that is a 3.5mm analog audio port that you can use with an external microphone or a set of headphones along with your computer. Finally, on the left-hand side, you'll find a power indicator. The minute you add power to the unit and connect it to your computer, that will come on, indicating the unit's ready to use. The OREI SplitExtend SX-4C 4K1080 is a 4-monitor external HDMI adapter that provides 4 full-size HDMI ports that you can use for connecting those external monitors to your computer. 2 of these ports support 1080p content, and the other 2 support content up to 4K at 30 frames a second. On the top of the cabinet are 2 buttons that can be used to turn off a pair of these monitors by simply tapping that button. On the other end, you'll find a flexible cable that terminates in a USB-A connection that you can plug into any available port on your computer. If you have a newer computer that requires a USB-C connection, you can use the adapter to turn this USB-A connection into a USB-C connection for your newer computer. Finally, there's a single DC 5V input port right there. It's a USB-C port that's used with the external power supply to provide all the power the unit needs for operation. Now I'll show you just how easy it'll be to use the SplitExtend product with your own computer. And for this first example, I have the SplitExtend SX-2C 4K85, which supports a total of 2 external monitors through a single USB port. Over here I've set up my laptop, and here I have 2 displays that I'd like to extend my desktop across to increase my screen real estate. Now the first set of connections I'll make are from the monitors directly to the unit, and I've already connected 2 high-speed HDMI cables up to the monitors. The other end of those cables plug into HDMI output number 1 and output number 2. And now I'm ready for power. I've already plugged in the power supply. The other end of that cable has a USB-C connection on it, which plugs right into the DC input port in the side of the unit. And now I'm ready to connect this up to my laptop. This has a native USB-C connection, which I can plug into any available port if I have a newer computer. But if I have an older computer, I can use the USB-C to USB-A adapter right here and pop it on the top and plug it into an open USB-A port. I've got an open USB-C port, so I'll simply plug this in directly. And the minute I plug that into the computer, it immediately recognizes the SplitExtend as an external display, and it spreads my desktop or extends my desktop across these 2 monitors. Now, it's important you label which cable is plugged into which monitor so you get it correctly, because you can set up the configuration of how these external monitors are set up in your display settings. In my case, I've got the laptop monitor here, and I've got both of these in a 1x2 where they're over each other. And now if I move my mouse, watch this, I'll move to the top monitor, see it up top there? I'll move to the bottom monitor, then I'll move back to my main desktop over here. And what that allows me to do is essentially expand my desktop across these 2 external monitors, which again allows me to open more programs in full screen mode and just have a better view of what I'm working on. So it really is just that simple to get it working, and it only takes a single USB-C connection. Now stay tuned and I'll show you the 3-monitor version next. For this next demonstration, I have the SplitExtend SX-3C 4K85, which supports a total of 3 external monitors at the same time. Over here I've set up a mini PC, and I'm currently displaying my desktop on this monitor so you can easily follow along. And over here I've set up 3 more displays that I'd like to use to extend this desktop and increase my screen real estate. Now what's interesting about this unit is it provides 2 HDMI connections and a DisplayPort connection, which allows you to easily mix and match a wide variety of monitors on your computer. Now the first set of connections I'll make are from those displays directly to the unit, and I've already connected 3 high-speed cables up to the displays, and I'll plug those into the 2 HDMI ports, and finally the DisplayPort. And now I'm ready to connect this up to my computer, and I can do that through this USB-C cable right here. All I need is 1 open port on my computer, and I simply plug this into that open port. And the minute I do, watch the display, the computer will recognize the fact that I've connected an external display adapter. It'll shrink for a second, and then these monitors will come on. And there you go. Now what you're viewing here is an extension of this desktop, which means I can open programs here. I can easily move those programs around between these different screens. I can open them in full screen mode. It just gives me a lot more flexibility to work with these external displays. And to show you how that works, you can see the cursor on my main screen. Watch when I slide it to the right, it shows up right here. I can go up, I can go down, and I can go back to the main screen. And that allows me to move programs between the screens again and open them in full screen mode, so it gives me a lot more flexibility in how I use my programs. Now, one other feature this product provides is a hub functionality, which further expands that single USB-C port to include additional USB-A 3.0, USB-A 2.0. It's a 1 gig internet connection. It has an audio connection, card readers, and to show you that that's functional, I'll disconnect the dongle for this wireless mouse and just plug that into one of the USB-A ports, and you'll see that the mouse is working just fine. I can, again, slide it over to the additional displays. So what's nice about this unit is it not only gives you this ability to connect external displays to a computer or a laptop, but it also expands that single port into a hub that you can use for connecting additional peripherals up to that computer, again, through a single USB-C port. And it really is just that easy to get this one working. For this final demonstration, I have the SplitExtend SX-4C 4K 1080, which supports a total of 4 external monitors at the same time. Over here, I've set up the mini PC, and I'm displaying my desktop on this monitor so you can follow along. And over here, I've set up 4 external monitors in a 2x2 configuration that I'd like to use for extending this desktop to give me the ultimate in screen real estate. In front of me, I have the unit. Now, it's really important that you label the cables that come from these monitors to make sure you plug them into the correct ports on the unit, because you can configure these monitors in a wide variety of different setups. I like the 2x2 configuration, but you could easily set them up with 2 monitors on either side of your laptop, all 4 across your desk, or even all 4 standing straight up, and you can make those adjustments to how you've set that up in your desktop settings. But for me, a 2x2 is the way I like it. So I'll start by connecting those monitors up to the unit. I've already connected high-speed cables up to the monitors, and I've labeled these cables, so I'll plug them into the HDMI ports in the correct order. And once I've made these connections, I'm ready to connect power. And it's important to use a high-quality cable to make these connections to ensure the best possible picture on the output. And now I can connect the power up. I've already plugged in the power supply. The other end of that cable has a USB-C connection on it, which plugs into the DC input port. And now we're ready to connect the unit up to the computer. And you have 2 choices. The cable has a USB-A connection on it, which you can plug into any available port. Or if you have a newer computer like this one, you can use the adapter to convert that USB-A to a USB-C. And I'll plug that into the available port in the front. And the minute I do, watch this display. You'll see it blink for a second, and that's because the computer has recognized the fact that I have an external HDMI adapter, and it's making whatever adjustments are needed to give me the best possible picture. And there you go. Now what you're viewing here is an extension of my desktop, which allows me to open a program on my desktop and then slide that program around to these monitors to give me a better view. And I'll show you how that works. You can see the mouse on my desktop. Watch when I slide to the right. You'll see it in the bottom monitor, then the monitor to the right of that, then the top monitor, and then the left monitor, and then back to my desktop. So what I've done is essentially increase my screen real estate by 4x, which allows me a lot more room to open programs in full screen mode and really get down to the details when I'm searching across documents or I'm searching the web. So it's really easy to use, and with one simple connection, you can support 4 external monitors, and it really is just that easy to get it working. I hope those closer looks and demonstrations were helpful. Now here are a few really important things to keep in mind if you're trying to decide if a SplitExtend product is right for you. The first thing, and probably most important thing to remember, is that the SplitExtend technology really combines 2 different functions into a single product. It's an HDMI splitter, which means the minute you connect this to your computer and connect those external displays, you can immediately mirror your screen content across all the external monitors simultaneously, which is great if you're using it at a trade show to maybe show the same content on multiple monitors, or even in a situation where you need multiple people to see that content on multiple monitors. But it's also an HDMI adapter, which means all those external monitors become an extension of your desktop, because you can extend your desktop across those external screens, which immediately increases your screen real estate and allows you to open multiple programs at the same time in full screen mode, and just makes it a whole lot easier to work with your laptop. Other products on the market typically provide either an HDMI splitter functionality or an HDMI adapter functionality, and they may limit that to 1 or 2 monitors. In the SplitExtend line, you have a full choice of either 2 external monitors, 3 external monitors, or even 4 external monitors. And the 3-monitor model also includes hub functionality, which means through that single USB port, you extend the connectivity options for your laptop to include memory card slots, an external 3.5mm port that you can use with a microphone or headphones. It's got USB-A ports you can use with external peripherals like a thumb drive or a microphone or a camera. It even has a LAN port built in. It's a 1 gig LAN port, which means through that single USB connection, all that functionality becomes live the minute you plug this into your laptop. And again, a wide choice of different product mixes. They're incredibly easy to use, and with a single connection, you can be up and running in no time. So hopefully you found this review helpful, and until next time, thanks for watching.